Okay, today I would like to present the school management system. So I'm going to use an example of one of the school that is using our system, which is called Butterfly Preschool. So this system, we have called it Miles, and is one of the most used school management systems in school. This system, it manages almost 100% of the school work that is done at schools. Meaning to say, if someone uses this system, he is able to do almost everything at school using this product. So this package, it consists of the website and the school manager. When I say the school manager, I mean it can process starting from keeping students record, e-learning, library management, certificates, fees payment. We have a lot of things that this system is able to do. So we have two packages on this system. The first one, which is the website. So this is the website for the Butterfly Preschool. So I would just start by going through the home page. So all this information, it can be added from the admin panel. Meaning to say, you can be able to configure your website from the admin panel, where you can be able to upload any other necessary information that you might require on your website, like contact details, subjects, statistics. We also have our teachers here, and any other information that you might need to appear on the website. So we have also the section for teachers. This is where all the teachers at school, they can be able to be displayed here. We also have events. Any events that might be at school, they can also be displayed here. About us, where you can write much about your school. Then we also have frequently asked questions. This is where you can be able to add the most asked questions by the parents. We also have online admission. This is where you can be able to fill out the form for those students that would like to apply online. They can be able to fill this information, and this information you can edit, remove, or add more fields from the admin panel, so that to those who have done online application, they can just fill all this information. Then if you allows people to do payments before making online payments, you can also be able to set it here so that they can be able to pay for this online application. They can pay online, then it can appear on your account. We also have the gallery. This is where the gallery is found. We also have exam results. Exam results, they can be displayed on the website, where someone can come with a registration number and submit, and the results can be viewed, and someone can be able to print his or her results. We also have the contact us page. This is the page where you can be able to contact the school, and also where you can find the school contact details. So this is all what is on the website. So now we would like to go into the school management system. That is the other part of this package. So if you click on login here, it is going to take you onto this login panel. So I'm going to log in as the let me try to log in as the super admin, then I will then log in as the admin. So this package, let's say you have a school that have a lot of branches, you can be able to control all your schools from one system, meaning to say if you have more than 5 schools, all these schools, they can be controlled from one panel, meaning to say you'll be the super admin will be able to control all these schools. Like let's say you have branch A, branch B, branch C, all these branches, they can be controlled from one panel. So here what we have, this is just the dashboard of the super admin. So I have logged in as the super admin. Super, it means you have the control over other sub admins that can be added into this system. Sub admins, we mean like the branches where these admins can be allocated to branches. You can be able to control them as the super admin. So as you can see here, we have the income and we have the expenses. So this is just the chart that will just illustrate the income and expenses that had been added into the system. Then we also have annual fee summary. It shows the first term fees, the second term fees, and the third term fees. So here, this is how this fees has been set into the system. So if you can see, if you click on the first term, it's showing the total amount of fee that has been collected and the one that hasn't been collected, meaning to say here we have about 3 students. So meaning say for the first term, the total amount of fees that was supposed to be collected, it was supposed to be almost $300. So here only some few students have just paid. So it's just illustrating on plotting the fees events and the fees statistics. So this is where it is plotting the graphs. So here we have the second term. Second term, you can see the total amount of fees that is to be collected and the amount of fee that isn't be collected. No student is yet paid the fees here on the first term, on the second term, and the third term. Only on the first term, only 1 or 2 students they've paid the fees. So this is what is being illustrated here. So we also have here where it's showing the employees, students, parents, and teachers. We also have the attendance. Here we'll be able to mark the register using the system. So it's just showing the illustration of the attendance of the student that have attended at specific dates. We also have student quantity, the total number of students. It's just plotting the chart of the total number of students. So it's just visualizing what is being shown on the school. So we also have birthday wishes. It can show the total number of people that have birthday. Also have the hostel. It can allocate rooms to students. Transport, it can be able also to do transport allocation and anything that has to do with transport at school. Admissions, it can also show the admission within a certain interval of days. So this is just the dashboard that you can be able to see once you've logged into the system. So on top here we have this one where you can be able to visit the website by just clicking this globe. We also have this calendar where you can be able to switch the academic session. Let's say you would like to see things that happens on 2020. You can be able to see this information by just switching on the session. So by switching on the session, you can be able to see some certain information depending with what you would like to see or to view. Then we also have this one where you can see the languages. We have 3 languages that are available here. We have English, Shona, and Ndebele. It can support our local languages which are here in Zimbabwe. Then we also have, this is a notification bar where it can be able to show the notification. So as you can see, when I switched the academic session to 2019 to 2020, there is nothing here because there is nothing that we have added on this academic session. You can see there is no students, But for now, we are on the academic session 2024 to 2025. This is where you can be able to see this information, because this is when it was added. So you can play with the sessions here. Then we also have this part where you can be able to log out, where you can be able to see the profile. You can be able to reset the password. You can be able to visit your mailbox. You can also be able to visit the global settings. Global settings, these are the overall settings of the system. So let's go back here on the left navigation. You can be able to close it or to reopen it. You can also be able to use full screen, where you can be able to view the whole system. You can just display the whole screen, can just be used to display your system. So let's go back on the left navigation, then we just go through bit by bit until we get to the bottom. So without wasting much of the time, we have first the inventory. If your school would like to use this inventory, it can be able to be shown here and displayed, where you can be able to add the product in the store depending with if the school requires this feature. If it doesn't require this feature, it can be able to be removed. We also have this front end. This front end, this is where you can manage the information that you have seen onto the website. You can see it from setting, menu, page section, slider, features, testimonial, gallery, and frequently asked questions. This information that you were seeing on the front page here, it is added from here. So if you like to fine-tune the settings that appear on the front of this page, you can just do it by just coming up here. You can either disable your website or enable it. You can disable online admission or enable it. You can also be able to change the name of the website here. You can also do a lot of things from here. This is where you can be able to deal with this information. All these colors that you are seeing on the website here, these are the colors. This is where you can be able to set them. So this is what all about the front end. It can be fine-tuned from here. Anything that you have seen it, any information that we were typing in, that we was appearing here, pictures and everything else, it was added from this side. So this front end, its main responsible is for the website. We also have the reception. The reception, it's basically for all the inquiries and everything else that is done on the front desk at the school. So you can be able to keep the call logs, visitor log, every information. Instead of using a book, you can be able to use this to keep all the records at one place. So it has the reception section where you can be able to keep all the information or to assist the person that works on the reception. So without wasting much of the time, we also have the admission. Admission, this is where you can be able to admit students or to enter the student onto your records. So you can see, you can be able to fill all this information. Any information that you might need to add more or to remove, it can be done from the system of this system. So you can see here, you can be able to fill all this information. Then after filling, you can then just click save. So you can see it can generate the registration number. Then you can then select the class, section, category, student name, gender. If you don't like any of the fields, you can be able to remove them from the setting. If you see like there are certain fields that have been left, you can also be able to add more fields from the settings. So we have given the user an ability to add more or delete what he doesn't need. So after filling this information, you can be able to save it. Also, student can also be able to log in into the system. So you have to provide the login details for the student, so that each student is equipped with login details. So you can see either system can be able to generate this information for you, or you can either type it manually. You also need to select the guidance for the child. Either you select from the guidance who are already listed, or you have to type your guidance name here so that it can be stored in the system and then allocated to the child. Also, we have the online admission. This one, it caters for the students that have applied online from this link that I've shown you here. So after filling this form, you keep your copy, then another information is then passed to this side where you can be able to see all the students that have applied online. So as you can see, this one here is applied online. It's just an example of a student that have applied online. You can see the student's payment status is unpaid because they haven't put the payment link on the system. So meaning, say maybe if you would like to approve the student upon paying the payment, you can be able to do it. So you can either download the document that you have submitted, you can be able to approve, or you can be able to decline the application or delete it. It's all your choice according to what you have considered for the child. You can also do multiple import. Let's say you already have the records on your Excel file, but most of the time the Excel file, it have to go according to the system. So meaning to say, you download the sample for this system, then you fill all this information, then after making sure this information corresponds and you have filled all the information, let's say you already have some information on the Excel, you then fill it. Then after there, you can be able to select the branch, and then after selecting the branch, you select the name of the class that you would like to import the records to. If it's ECD, if it's grade Chakat, anything, you can be able to do it from here by just clicking on the CSV or clicking on the Excel document that you have filled with the records. Then you can be able to import, and the information will be able to be displayed onto the system to those who already have information on Excel files. So it depends, either you can enter the information manually or you can import it from the already available information on the Excel file. Here you can be able to provide categories. So categories, we have primary school, secondary school, any category that you would like, you can be able to edit from here. Then we also have student details. This is where all the student information can be able to be displayed. If you click on student list, then let's say you would like to list ECDB students, you can be able to filter. Then after clicking on the filtration, it then load the students data. You can see here, this is the student information available, so you can be able to display the students information according to classes that you would like to display that information. So after displaying that information, you can be able to print the information, to copy it to Excel, to print it to PDF, or even to print it on hard copy. You can see this student here, it is even saying the student's the age, guiding name, fees progress is showing the total amount of fees that the student is already paid. It can also be displayed here. You can also view further information by clicking on that arrow here. This is where you can be able to see some basic information about the students. You can also be able to see the fees status, where you can see the fees that you have paid, and also my unpaid fees. You can be able to see them from here. We also have the pair promotion history. Promotion history, that is when the student is qualified to move from a certain grade to another grade. Let's say the student managed to pass from grade 1, then you have to be promoted to grade 2, depending on the criteria that is being used at that school. But some schools, they say if student doesn't pass this previous grade, it doesn't have to continue. So promotion, it have to be done manually each and every beginning of a year. Mostly moving from one year to another, student, they have to be promoted if they have managed to pass or anything that you consider at your school. We have book issue. This is where you can see the students' books that you have borrowed. This is also important for the student that will be do clearing, let's say O levels. It will be easier to clear students instead of them rotating with paired copies. They can be able to be traced everything by just going through the system. Exam results, this is where you can be able to see the students' results. Parent information, the parent or guardian information. Documents, this is where you can be able to upload or to see the uploaded documents. Then we can also be able to deactivate the students or to prevent the student from logging in by just deactivating the students here. Then also have the parents. You can be able to see the parent information from here. This is where you can be able to see all the parent information, and you can also print and do anything with the information. You can add more or even deactivate the parent from login. We also have the employee list. This is where you can be able to add the admin, teachers. You can be able to add more teachers here, accountant, the one who is responsible for fees, etc., librarian, the one who is responsible for the library, and the receptionist, the one who is responsible for the reception. This is where you can add these employees. You can add more departments. You can also add designations, and you can also deactivate the employees from logging in. We have card management. Card management, it mostly deals with student ID card. This system, it can be able to design the ID cards for the students. What you just need to do is to print. After the rest, it can be able to design and make sure each student have an ID card. It can be able to do that. We have employee ID card. It can also do the same. Admit card, all forms of cards that can be needed at the school. This system can be able to design. The design is already there. What you need to do is to just fill the necessary information that should appear on the card. Then from there, the system can be able to generate ID cards for all the students. Then you can be able to print them. Then you distribute them to all the students. We also have certificates, especially for ECD or for those schools that can provide certificates to their students. This system can also be able to create certificates. It can design the certificate. What you just need is to print. In fact, the design is already there. You just need to fill the necessary information that you need on the certificate. Then it can be able to print it on the hard copy. So this is what the student can also do to the students. These are part of the system functions. So generation of the ID cards and certificates. Also, we have human resources. It's responsible for the payroll and loans, and also leave and awards. So you can also be able to do payroll for all the employees at the school. We also have academic. Academic is responsible for classes, for subjects at school, where all the subjects, since it have the e-learning, these subjects, and also the importance for the creation of timetables. So you can allocate the subjects to the students, and also you can allocate the subjects to the classes. Also, you can be able to do class schedule, where you can be able to prepare the timetable for the school. What you just need later is to just print. This system has also the features to create timetables for the school. Also, each teacher can have his or her own timetable, where you can just check where you have the lesson or not. So it can also be able to do the timetable. Promotion, this is where you can be able to promote students from one class to another class, or from 1 year to another year. This is what you can be able to do by just promoting students according to the requirement of the school. We have like live classrooms. These are mainly purpose for the e-learning, where students can do lessons on Zoom, on Google Meet. This can also be done by this system. It can be able to host more than 10,000 students, and they can have meeting, and they can be able to interact. We also have attachment book. This is where books and PDFs, where things like question papers, they can be uploaded so that they can be useful to the students. Homework, this is where you can be able to receive, and teacher can add homework that can be able to appear to students. The student can be able to do the homework, and the students, an SMS can be triggered to the parents so that he can be notified that a student has been given homework. So it can also make use of SMS for triggering. Evaluation report, this is where you can see the results after you've done the homework. We have exam, it can also be able to do the exam setup, where someone can be able to set the exam and set the timetable. Anything else that have to be done on the exam, the system can be able to do it, and it can be able to be useful to the school. We also have exam schedule. These are for the exam timetables. It can create exam timetables and they can print it, they can be used as hard copies. We also have marks. This is where the marks can be set so that students can be able to, after it has processed the results, they can be able to view the results on their portals, and also it can be able to send the results on SMS. Also, online exams, it can be able to allow students to write their exams online, and it can mark automatically, and then it can give them their mark instantly. So students can be able to do online examination, and the system can be able to process everything. Supervision, this is for the hostels and transport. So this is where the students can be allocated rooms, and also the issue of transport. Then we have attendance. It can mark attendance for the employees, students, and also for the exams, so that it can be able to tell who comes to an exam and who don't. So let's say if a student didn't come into school, it will notify the parent by sending an SMS. Let's say a student gets to school, it notifies the parent. If the student didn't mark the register, it notifies the parent that the student didn't come to school. So it just helps to keep the parents up to date on their children, so that they can be able to do whatever they do in time. So this is how you can be able to mark the register. Instead of marking it manually, you can be able to mark it using a computer or a phone or a QR code that is provided on the student ID. Then we also have library management. This is where you can borrow and you can check all the books at school. They can be able to be added here. Then we also have events. This is where all events, they can be added so that they can even appear on the website. We also have bulk SMS. The system can be able to send bulk SMS to all the parents or to all the students, so that they can be kept up to date depending on the information that the school would like to share with his students. It can also send birthday wishes to staffs and to students. If the school would like to use this feature, is also available. We also have the student accounting. This is responsible for the school fees payment for the students. So you can see this is an online fees payment, where if someone, let's say, just use online manual method to do the fees payment, and he can be able to send the proof of payment. If the accountant just see the information and then confirm, he can be able to approve the school fees. Like here, the student shows that the student have used ECOCASH USD to transact the payment, so he have just sent the proof of payment here. So if the accountant have seen the proof of payment and he just select approved, then if he apply it here, the student will then be regarded as he have paid the school fees. So this is for fees payment, where you can set the fees type, you can set the fees group, you can set the fine for those who have paid the fees late, fees allocation, where you can allocate fees as per class or as per, depending with how you deal with fees payment at your school. We also have fees pay, where you can be able to collect the fees for the students. This is where you can be able to do it, or it can be done easily by the accountants desk. So here I'm just showing how it can be done and how it can be displayed. So you can be able to select the fees that you would like to pay. If you just select this one, you can be able to select the payment method here. If it's cash, then after that you just click on fees pay. Immediately after click on fees payment, it can show that the fees has been paid, and you can also be able to print this information for future use, that of what has been done, fees that have been paid, of the invoices, etc. This can also be done here. We also have due fees invoices. For those invoices of those fees that haven't been paid, it can also be able to be displayed here. We also have fees reminder. Fees reminder, it can also remind the parent that the fees hasn't been paid or the fees is overdue. So the fees reminder can remind the parent or student via SMS. It can also send to reminders to either student or payment, so that they can be kept up to date. We also have office accounting. Office accounting is responsible for the incomes and expenses at school on all the deposits that are being done at school. So as you can see here, we have the CBZ account. You can be able to do a deposit, you can be able to set child transaction, you can be able to add an expense. This can also be done here. We also have a message. This message is an internal messaging that you can be able to use to communicate with each other using this system, where you can be able to send each other a message, and you can be able to communicate, and it also send notification to your email accounts, actual email accounts. We also have reports. On the reports, we have student reports. Student reports, it provide information about login credential. This is students reports. We're under the sections of reports. So here it's login credential report. So this is responsible where you can be able to reset the password manually. Then we also have the admission report. It's responsible for showing the admission reports. You can select dates if you would like to see the report. You can also be able to see it here. We also have class and section report. This is responsible for the classes and sections report, where you can be able to see the total number of students. We also have the fees report. The fees report, you can be able to see the fees reports for different terms and for different dates. You can be able to see it here by just selecting receipts reports. It can also do the same by just selecting. You can see it as per class by just selecting different dates. This is for the receipts report. We also have the due fees report. Due fees report, this is responsible for the due fees, so you can also be able to see it here. We also have fine report. It also responsible for showing the fine. We have the financial report where it shows the account statement. You can just select this information and it can be able to provide you with the account statement, provided there are any transaction that has been done. We also have the balance sheet. It's responsible for showing the balance sheet. This is where it can also be able to see this information: income versus expenses. We have attendance report, responsible for attendance. Human resource, where it can be able to see the reports for the payroll. Examination, this is for the examination reports. We also have the inventory. This is for the inventory reports. You can see we have a lot of reports here, and you can check if or request any kind of report that you may need, but all the reports are available. This is for settings. We have global setting and school settings. School settings, this is where you can be able to see the settings for each and every school that you are being or that you are controlling. Then as you can see here, this is where you can set even the NEBO admission registration number. You can be able to set a lot of things: automatic generate student login details, automatic generate parent login details, where you can set all the logos. This can be done here. Payment settings, you can set them here. Email settings, you can set them here. WhatsApp, you can also set the WhatsApp that can allow people to easily communicate with the school via the WhatsApp chatbot that is available. You can also set roles and permission if you like to add more people, where you can be able to set their roles. You can be able to do it here, and you can be able to set different roles so that each and every person can have his or her own places where he can just check a look at this or then take a look at this. You can be able to set the roles here. We also have sessions where you can select the academic session. We also have translations. This is for the languages. As you can see, if you have any words that you like to edit, you can be able to do it here. We also have cron jobs that are responsible for allowing automation of some of the things that might be like fees reminders and each and everything that might be activities that might be happening automatically. You need to set these cron jobs. You have modules. This is where you can turn modules on or off. For those schools that doesn't need some modules, we can be able to turn on or off. Then we also have, last but not least, we also have custom details. This way you can be able to add custom fields for the section maybe that you will be feeling like they are missing. So we only have custom fields for employees, students and parents. So this is where you can be able to add the custom fields that you might desire to need. Also we have database backup. This is responsible for backing up the database, where you can be able to back up your database for future use and to make sure the school data is kept safely. You can be able to back up your database each and every time, and then the school can be secure. So for now, these are the information that we have here, and we would like to keep on updating the system and making sure we provide you with the best. Here you can be able to change the theme. This is where you can either change the theme to white or black, depending with what you would like to make the system appear to the people. You can also be able to add more logos here and any other necessary information that you would like to add, and some additional settings are available here. And also we have a quite number of things that you can be able to do with this system. Any information that you would like to add more, it can be done on this system as per request. So for now, this is the current appearance of the system, and I'd like to thank you for just allowing me to go through this school management system. So it's called Miles, and it's one of the best school management system that is available and that you can be able to use for your school, so that you can be able to keep your records safely and advertise your school and allow everyone to see what you are doing, and advertising your school to all the people that might be around you. So this is all that I wanted to go through with you, and I'm sure if you have any question, don't hesitate to contact us, so that we can be able to provide you with more information or answer any questions that you might be needing to know considering this package. This is a wonderful package, and we have a lot of schools that are using it, and a lot of schools that are enjoying using this package, and we are also expecting you that you might be able to make use of this package so that it can be able to be helpful and to be useful in your daily running of your business. We have a lot of schools, and if you have would like to check on the reference, you can just visit our Google profile. Then after visiting our Google profile, you can be able to see all the schools that have our package and that are enjoying using this package. We have a quite number of schools, and we just hope you can be part of the schools that are using the best package ever. So thank you so much, and we hope we can see you on the question sections. Thank you.